Today I'm going to tell you what the very best bookkeeper task is in my opinion. And so how I'm doing this is I have a little ranking system. And I have a whole bunch of bookkeeper tasks or different services you can offer as a bookkeeper. And then I'm ranking them based on 3 things. So first one is importance, like how important are they in the bookkeeping world? Like if you didn't do this as a bookkeeper for your clients, how bad would it be? The second thing is how easy is it? And so I called it how beginner friendly is it? How easy is it to learn? And then the third thing is how fun is it? So that's just like my personal opinion on how much do I enjoy doing it as a bookkeeper. So let's go into my computer for this chart that I made that shows all these rankings, and we will decide once and for all what the best bookkeeper task is. Let me know in the comments which one of these you agree with, which ones you disagree, what things you like to do as a bookkeeper, and which things you are not a fan of. And while you're down there, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and join my channel if you want. Always check out my website, FinePoints.biz, for lots of free bookkeeper resources. All right, so let's start out with categorizing. This is, I've said before, kind of like the bread and butter of bookkeeping, and it's something that's super important. So I give this importance of 10. I think it's pretty much like the most important thing you can do as a bookkeeper. I think I had one other 10 on my list, but we'll get to that. Okay, and then for beginner friendly, I did say this is an 8, so I think categorizing is pretty easy. There's a little bit of a knack to it. You kind of have to, you have to learn each client, like how to categorize stuff, like where stuff is going, different vendors. But in general, it's pretty straightforward. It's pretty intuitive. If you get the basic concept of what you're doing, then it's not that hard. You're putting things in categories, you're putting all the utilities in a utilities category so that during tax time, you know how much money was spent on utilities total. All right, and then moving on to fun, I think categorizing is pretty fun. It's a tiny bit tedious, so I feel like it's not a lot of like brain work. It's not like you're thinking really hard and like, using your brain a ton. It's a little bit more mindless, and there are a lot of automations that you can do. So you can use rules in QuickBooks and have it learn a lot of your categories that you use regularly. So overall, I think categorizing got a pretty good score. I'll do all the totals at the end and then I'll rank them. But if you dislike categorizing as a bookkeeper, that could be a problem because it is something you do a lot, unless you're like outsourcing it or something. But yeah, I think it's important and it's fairly fun. I like it. Okay, moving on to reconciling, I gave this a 9. I did have a period of time where I thought that if you didn't actually use the reconcile function, like it wasn't that big of a deal, honestly, because with QuickBooks Online, everything is pretty much matching all the time anyway. And I don't know, I predict that in the future sometime we might not reconcile in the same way, because how we reconcile in QuickBooks Online, I think is a bit antiquated. I think it's like kind of leftover from like previous bookkeeping times, just like pulling a bank statement. I don't know, it seems a little bit silly. So reconciling, but it's still important. You still need to do it as a bookkeeper in this day and age. Beginner friendly, I gave it a 7. I think it's a little harder, mainly only if you come into a problem. So if you have a problem while you're reconciling, it can be kind of hard to figure out sometimes. Sometimes, you're just like, oh, I need to change the date, or there's a duplicate or something. But it does take a little bit of skill to figure that out. And I do think that's fun. So moving on to the fun category, I gave it a 9. So I think reconciling, 1, it's fun because it's satisfying when it all like lines up and you get the, green check mark and everything reconciles perfectly. That is really nice. And you're like, yay. And it's kind of like a pat on the back for like doing a good job. And in like 100% of the cases of all my bookkeeping jobs I've ever done, I've always found what the problem was within a reconciliation. And so it can be annoying at the time, but it is rewarding at the end. All right, let's do sending reports. I put this as a 9. I think this is really important. And honestly, some people might rank it lower because sending reports is a little bit like, it's kind of like an extra, like maybe the business owner doesn't care. They don't want to see what their books look like. But honestly, this is kind of like the reason that you're doing all these books, besides preparing for tax time. Like you're doing this so the bookkeeper can have it, or you're doing this so the client can have visibility to what their books look like. So sending reports is super important, and it's also very beginner friendly. So it's really easy to do. You just click a few buttons and it pulls the report for you in QuickBooks. So love pulling reports. The only thing that's slightly more advanced about pulling reports is you can change like the dates. You can change a little bit of the formatting or how you pull the data. And there are a lot of reports you can pull. So you can pull it with different amounts of detail. You can pull reports about like how much money is owed. You can pull like lots of different things. So it can get a tiny bit overwhelming, but if you're just doing, you know, the basic profit and loss and balance sheet, that's super beginner friendly. All right, and fun. This is another one of the few 10s that I awarded within this chart. So I do think pulling reports is super fun. It's kind of like the cherry on top, like the reward for doing all that categorizing and the reconciliation. And then you're like, ooh, I get to pull the report and see like what everything looks like and see like how the month looks or how the year looks. And it's just like a really tidy package to, you know, the financial snapshot of that business. All right, I moved my table up in case you're confused. But the next one is chart of account adjustments. So that I just mean if you are in the chart of accounts making changes, so you can change how the categories are worded or what they're called or how many they are, or you can combine them. Importance I put 4. This isn't like life or death. It's more just like helpful organization, but I like it, so I like to include it in videos. Let me know in the comments how you feel about organizing it. All right, beginner friendly, it's really easy, so I gave it a 7. You can't really mess too much stuff up. There are probably some stuff you can mess up or you could delete like wrong accounts, although usually QuickBooks will give you a warning if you're deleting something that you shouldn't be. And yeah, and I have a video actually about how to do like chart of account changes if you need help with that, but it's pretty easy to do and I think it's really fun. So for fun, I actually gave it a 9. And that kind of ties back to how I like to create reports. So reporting is fun to me, and the chart of accounts is what is building structure to the report. So if I have like too many things on the report, I don't like that. And so then I'll combine a couple in the chart of accounts, or I'll rename stuff, or I'll make sub-accounts. That's another part of the chart of accounts. So I like all that kind of stuff. That is like how my brain works and part of bookkeeping that I really enjoy. All right, moving on to invoicing. Importance, I give it a 4. I don't think it's as important just because there's a lot of ways you can do invoicing and collect payments from your clients. So, you know, if you're a business, if you're a store, then maybe they have a cash register and you're not invoicing people. Or maybe they have a way to invoice outside of QuickBooks. Or maybe they're getting online orders and not sending invoices. So I think it's possibly a little more old-fashioned invoicing, and there's a lot of different ways you can do it. And that being said, beginner friendly, I don't think it's very beginner friendly, so I give that a 5, so kind of in the middle. Invoicing isn't that hard, but there are like some things you need to know and you can mess it up, like especially when you're creating it, because when you create an invoice, you have to assign what your like the product or something that you're selling to a category. So that just requires a little bit of knowledge. And then when you're applying payment, when someone pays you have to apply it correctly. So there could just be a few like weird things with invoices. So, and I don't love doing it either. So I think I gave it, just a 4 for fun. So, you know, not to be too down on invoicing, but, you know, I don't think it's particularly fun or important. All right, then bill pay importance is an 8, just because, you know, your client needs to pay their bills. And again, there's a lot of different ways you can do it. I think I have a video on that. I maybe should do an update on that, but they need to be paying their bills somehow. Beginner friendly, I think it's an 8 too. If you're familiar with paying bills like in a household or something, usually you can figure out bill pay. There's like complicated or easy ways to do it. Some bookkeepers I know use like a bill pay platform like online that the bills kind of like filter into and then they get paid. Some people do it through their bank account and then things just like go in there on like a list and you can like pay them. I worked for a client where I would get all the bills in the mail and then I would print paper checks for all of them. Then I would like get them signed by the boss and then like mail them out. So there's lots of variety in bill pay as well. Fun, I ranked this lower. I give it a 7. I actually feel like I would put bill pay even lower. Let's give it a 6 actually. So I don't know. I just think it's a little bit boring, but it is an important thing. So nothing, it was like meh to me. It's like whatever. All right. And then moving on to payroll. I kind of do like payroll. I think it's really important. And I think and it has a lot of value just because you're paying people. And so that is something that is like high stakes, I guess. And so I think that just gives it more like fun and importance to me, because it is, a big part of people's lives. Like, you're paying them the right amount. All right, beginner friendly, I said a 6. It is a little bit harder payroll. There's a few tricks to it, or lots of taxes. You have to set up your QuickBooks correctly. It's definitely doable. All this stuff is totally manageable, and you can figure it out and you can understand it, but it's not the most beginner friendly compared to some of the other things. And fun, I gave an 8. So again, a little higher. I think I just kind of like payroll. I'm used to it. Someone might have another bookkeeper might have a totally different like experience. They might love invoicing and hate payroll. So, and I am not doing manual payroll. I think I mentioned that in a lot of videos. I always use a payroll company, but even using a payroll company, there are like, 5 to 10 steps to do when you are doing payroll, depending on the client. All right, moving on to journal entries. These can be a little controversial, a little tricky. Importance, I said, is 7, because anytime I have to do a journal entry, it is usually for a kind of important reason. Sometimes it's a cleanup, sometimes it's like to get something. Usually, maybe it's like an error or something went wrong at some point, and a journal entry is needed to kind of like wipe it away. So I think they're pretty important, but I don't do them a ton. For payroll, my payroll company does make journal entries for me, so I'm dealing with them sometimes, but and that kind of leads into beginner friendly. I think they are harder, just because then that's the one time that you see the debits and credits, and so I gave it a 3 for beginner friendly because I think journal entries are, like I said, harder. And fun, I said 6, so I don't know, I guess kind of in the middle, because if you do it right, it is rewarding, and usually it's kind of like a trick you can pull out of your back pocket, like, oh, this is like a weird thing happening, I need to fix it, like, oh, I can make a journal entry, oh, I can like research how to like make this right, and that is rewarding to me, and so that makes it a bit fun. All right, we're gonna move down a little bit more onto onboarding. Okay, onboarding, and by onboarding here, I mean like onboarding a new bookkeeping client. And I have a lot of videos about onboarding clients. I have one that's like a new client from start to finish, and I think it's a 2-part series. I did it a couple years ago, so maybe it's time for like a refresh of that video, but I'll leave it linked in the description box if I can find that series quickly. So yeah, onboarding clients. So importance is a 7. It's quite important to onboard clients, right? We wouldn't be a bookkeeper with a bookkeeping business if we didn't have clients and kind of like trained and got them into our business. At first I was like, oh, should I give it a 10? But actually I think that there's a variety of ways you can do onboarding, and you could be more chill about it. And also the other thing about onboarding is once you have, like for me, once I had like 7 clients or so, that was the most that I wanted to work. And so I didn't need to be onboarding, so then it became less important in my business, I guess. Beginner friendly, I think it's a 6, maybe even a little higher. And there's a lot of variety. You can kind of do it however you want onboarding. Like you can have a contract, you can not have a contract. You can make it formal or informal. And fun, this one I didn't know how to rank it, because onboarding can be hard and annoying and kind of scary and stressful, because you're like, oh no, I'm like working with a new person and I have to like make a good impression, and it's kind of like interview hiring type vibes. But also it can be fun because, for the same reasons, I guess. All right, tax prep. Again, I'll link the couple of videos I have about tax prep. I do not prepare taxes, so I am a bookkeeper and I pass everything on to a tax preparer for my clients. But importance is a 10. Like this is a big reason why we are a bookkeeper, because we want to have things organized for tax time for the IRS. So it is really important. Tax preparing. Beginner friendly? Not at all. You have to get a whole certification and work under someone and have a lot of experience to do tax prep, which is why I haven't done it, along with I don't think it will be that fun. I just gave it a 4 for fun. I think it is probably tedious. You do make good money doing tax prep. Cleanups, I put a 9. I think cleanups are like important because a ton of clients will come to you and feel just like stressed and overwhelmed and be like, I messed up my books, or my previous person messed them up and I'm behind. And that's a large part of the bookkeeper job, is fixing kind of what has come before you and like getting a nice clean set of books. So importance is a 9. Beginner friendly is a 7. So cleanups can be challenging. A lot of times you're kind of like, oh no, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to start, or you run into a problem you don't know how to deal with. It's a lot of back and forth with the client, but don't let that intimidate you, because we have all figured it out as bookkeepers. And so it's definitely figure outable. And fun, I put it as a 6. Like, I don't love cleanups. I prefer just like the ongoing bookkeeping work, but I do them, and I do kind of get into it when I'm doing it. So 6 is what I put for fun. All right, so now let's zoom out here a little bit so we can see like kind of the whole table at a glance. And then I think I can filter these for you guys. Oh yeah, so then I made all the totals, of course. All right, so here are the totals, and then let's filter them from largest to smallest. Okay, so here are my rankings. It's kind of like, oh, there's 3 that are tied. Okay, so reports is my number 1. That kind of tracks because it's pretty easy, very, very rewarding. Reconciling, next. Again, not fun, but important. Categorizing, similar, not super fun, but important. And then the 3 that are tied at 22 points are bill pay, payroll, and cleanups. Okay, I can see that. So the thing I thought was the funnest in that group was payroll, but then the importance of the other ones kind of like brought them up. Chart of accounts adjustments would be higher, I guess, because they're not very important. That's why this ranking system ranked them a little bit lower in terms of best. Onboarding is lower, kind of tracks. Journal entries, don't like. Tax prep, don't like. Invoicing got really low. Okay, yeah. I guess tax prep got bumped up a little bit higher because of that 10 for importance, because tax prep is so important. And invoicing, guess I really dislike invoicing. I feel like I've had some annoying experiences with invoicing. But I don't know, let me know what you guys think if you disagree with any of these rankings. Do you like reports and reconciling? Kind of, are those like your top 2? Maybe categorizing? They're all pretty close, honestly. So these are my favorites: reports, reconciling, and categorizing. Let's do these ones that are all tied. Let's throw in chart of accounts too as like kind of my mid-tier favorites. And then the ones that I don't like very much are these: onboarding, journal entries, tax prep, and invoicing. All right, there we go. Thank you guys for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll talk to you next week. Thanks.